Okay, so if we're in checksum mode, we're just gonna wait. We're just gonna skip 20, right? So for that in 0 to 20, then we do bytes next, and then we're going to self is equal to self. Okay, so after that, we're back into mode, and we're going to return a none. Okay, so if let error. Oh, it's not an error. It's an option. Oh, okay. So if let sum. So really, I don't really care. It's if it's a none. So if let none equals to this, then I want to panic. Because this is unable to get next byte in checksum. Okay, we do that thing, and then if we're done, we're just gonna return, like there's nothing else for us to do, and then hopefully other things should catch that. Okay, so it's a lot of code. We have our jump list. Go to our loop. Okay, so we do this thing. If we're done, we break out of this loop. Otherwise, we continue. We get the file names out. We push them, and at the very end, so after the loop is done, let's print out. So it's just debug the file names. Okay. All right. What's the chance this will work first try? So, the fact that this is stuck here. We are in an infinite loop. Yay! Oh no. Okay. I don't need any of this tree object stuff anymore. Don't need this bytes to string. We're not using this. Okay. What are you upset about? Done is never constructed. That would obviously cause us to be a problem. Okay, so when we're in file name, okay, so checksum, we go to done. Let's see. What's gonna happen when we're at the very end? Oh, so either at the end of the checksum, we're probably going to run out here, aren't we? So it's probably after the checksum, we probably get it probably returns none, and then we're gonna have to do a self equals we're done. But I'm guessing that that's not true, because this got into an infinite loop and none of the panics happen. Okay, let's I don't want to do a step through it. Debugging time. Okay, so we're going to step through the parser, hand it the bytes iterator. If it matches done, break, otherwise continue. So obviously we're never breaking, so therefore we're always continuing. Unless, of course, it's never getting here. So time for my favorite part, which is we just start throwing in logs and then just sort of tracing through and seeing what's going on. So continuing. So we should have a ton of continuings. Okay, we do. So it's continuing, which means that it comes back to here, and we do step again. So we go into step and we get here, and so okay, I want to see. We never get this panic, right? Because otherwise it would have crashed the system. So we must get to here, and the question is, do we get to mode? So get to mode, and you know what we can do is we can throw a debug on this, and we can say after we get the file name. Okay, so when we're continuing, I guess like I don't really need a continue like that, do I? This works, right? Does not diverge. Wouldn't that? Why does that matter? Like if I'm breaking out, I just want to break out of this loop. Else clause of let else does not diverge. Expected type nothing. Oh, expected type exclamation point, found unit type nothing. Try adding a divergent expression or use a match instead of let else. Oh, interesting. So if let tree parser done equals our parser, it's the same problem. So if let tree parser, okay, fine. I mean, I could also just return that, right? No, found you. Oh, it cannot be that. So you have to be. Can I do something weird like that? No. Can I do that? Oh, because this is returning. Expected expression found closing. Oh, wait a second. I'm not trying to return anything here. Is there any reason I'm doing it this way instead of while let? I couldn't figure out a while let that works really well right off the bat. Okay, so if matches. I was trying to say, like, okay, so if this is done, so if you are done, then I wanted to break. Yeah, okay, so what would happen if I did a while let sum? Oh, because I have to do this loop here because it might be a none, and a none is okay. Okay, that's the other thing is like it has to be a none, and I do this one thing where I just step out of here. This is like a single thing. It's not a loop in here. Like they do a loop inside of it. I guess we'll just continue. Fine. It works, and I'm not going to yell at it too much. Okay, so I want to see if we get to down here. You're in debug mode, so I want to look at file names. I'm going to look at the parser inside of here. Okay, so we see it's going back and forth between mode and file name forever. Okay, so it's not ever exiting out. And then, okay, so that lets me know okay, so mode switches itself to file name as soon as it hits a space. And then file name switches to if your file name, we get the next byte. If your next byte is a null, break out of the loop, go to checksum, which is interesting. This is file name to mode, file name to mode, mode to file name. Are you running anything in here? Let's see. So file name's push. Okay, so okay, so the parser is. I kind of want to see what it's like in the very beginning. So let's do. Oh, I controlled C to. Oh, now it's an infinite loop. Wait, didn't I? Oh, that's if it's done. Haha, no, I want that. That would have been too long. It's like, I probably should just like quit out after like 5 loops or something. I guess we could implement our debugger too and like step through, but I dislike stepping through the code. It just sucks. I guess like I've gotten too used to the debugger in a browser for JavaScript stuff, and it's just so nice in there. And oh, the CLI stuff is not as nice. All right, let's pipe this to bat. Pipe it to less. Debug. Debug. I can't pipe it to bit because debug is going to standard error. Oh, it starts with mode. It starts with mode, which might be okay. So we mark you as header, so then it comes in. Okay, so you come into header and we do our loop and we get the next byte. We definitely get a byte because otherwise we would panic, right? So if the next byte is this, go straight to mode. Otherwise return a none. Actually, otherwise continue the loop. So, okay, so we go through header and we get that. Then we go into mode. Mode happens. We get the byte. If the byte is a space, how do you show the implicit types of the variables in your Helix? You can't. Oh, you mean like these things here? It is display this editor LSP display inlay hints, and I have that. I have a copy of this in Helix. There. Which if you want to see that on YouTube, there is that. Yeah, this is one of the primary reasons why I really like Helix. Okay, so if you're a space, then we're going to file name. Otherwise, we're continuing on. So if we're in, I kind of want to debug out the like what we have here. So let's try this. Let's do like our better. I guess like the character is going to be equal to standard. Can I do care from U32 from byte? Standard. It wasn't U8. Oh, it was standard stir. Standard stir from UTF-8. Get the next byte like that. Unwrap you, and then I want to debug out that we are in. Let's not debug. Let's do a print line. So we're in header. So let's just do header character. Oh, temporary value dropped. I can't do that. Expected U8, found a reference to U8. I can't like to own to this, right? Temporary value dropped. Okay, can I? Oh, wonder if I can do that. Temporary value drop. Oh, it's this thing here. Okay, select. Okay, so then I get the character, and then I do that. Okay, so this should print out the header. Okay, so there we go. So we have our tree 338. Excellent. So that's exactly what we expected to have. And if I want this to be a little bit nicer, we can say not that. Use the print there. I lost you there. What did I lose you on? Oh, I want to do something like this. Add in a loop. I want to say print line header. And then that will give us a new line like that. This will be, then I want the character like this, and okay, so that should be good to go there. Let's try this again. Oh, right, infinite loop. You did not print out the header. You should print out the character, right? It was doing that before. We print out header and the character. Hi, you wanna come up? You want this thing? It's up here. Sylvie, come on. Okay, you got it. Okay, excellent. Are you done? Are you wander around mode? Okay. Zilby's in wander around mode, but don't be on camera wander around mode. Do you want? Okay, kind of on camera now? Do you want this thing? Okay, so I printline the header, we go into the loop. Let's say we get the next byte. Okay, so we don't run into this problem, so we get to you. So if the next byte is a null, we move into mode and we return none. Okay. We'll get the next byte, so we get that out. Character. Okay, so we do that and then we print the character. Does print not do what I think it's supposed to do? I get header. If I do print line, oh no. Okay, hold on. I know what the problem is. How do I flush? There's a command for flushing after you run the print macro. Okay, so IO standard out flush to ensure the output is immediately. Okay, so that's what it is. I could lock standard out with IO lock. So we could do IO standard out, either lock or flush. So let's see, after this is done, I print, okay, so we print the character out and then we get to you. I guess let's just IO standard out flush. There, okay, so we got header, tree, 338. Okay, excellent. So now, okay, let's do the same thing here. To make sure this goes into the next character, let's actually add in a print line here. Print line like that. So now this should give us, okay, header 338, tree, header 338, and then we're done and move on to the next one. And so, okay, now we can use this pattern to do the same thing with mode and see what's going on here. So we'll do a print line mode. If we're in here, we're gonna do a print line, just empty line. Otherwise, we're gonna let, okay, so let's get our next byte out of here. So we'll let our, okay, so then this should print out the mode. Okay, let's see what this gives us. So I am getting to this. That's super interesting. Let's take out this debug in here. No, wait, where's my debug? I don't have it anymore. I have mode. Oh, mode and tree. Okay, so mode and, oh, it's tree forever. Tree forever. Uh-oh. Oh, we're still in the header. We're in here. This didn't do what I expected it to do. Does the iterator implement clone? No, does the iterator implement copy? So here's what's going on. I'm getting a new iterator from scratch, like from the beginning every single time. So I'm like, okay, we're done with the header. We printed out everything. So we've called next enough times. And I've moved this iterator over a certain number of times. But when I move into the next loop, I was expecting that this iterator, oh, I'm creating a new iterator here. Oh, that's why. I need to make sure I create the iterator up here. So evacuate is not iterator. Okay, so I need to implement the iterator up here. Oh, as iter? No, it's just iter. Okay, so that gives me U. It yields U8 expected U8 found U8. Where am I? I need to be down here. Okay, so if you are giving me a U8 like that, okay, expected U8. Okay, so some parser step. Okay, so we have bytes here. So expected this to be an iter over U8 that yields U8, but yields reference to U8. Okay, is that okay? Much better. We're stuck in the same mode. Unable to get the next byte in mode. Okay, take a look at that. So we have our header prints out the tree. Our mode prints out 100644. Ooh, look at that. It's all of them. It's all the different ones. Okay. And then mode nothing. I wonder if mode is nothing. So that means file name. If you're a null, we break. No, right. It's after checksum. So we get the checksum. If let, okay, so then we go through 20 of them. And then if let bytes is none, we're done. Otherwise, we go into mode. But I wonder if there's one more byte left. I wonder if I actually want to go to 21. Get attributes, get ignore, cargo lock, cargo toml, readme, codecrafters.yaml, source test, and then your get.sh, all in, not in alphabetical order. Get attributes, get ignore, cargo lock, cargo toml, readme, code. Oh, wait, this is the right order. Okay. Hey, I think we're getting somewhere here. Okay. So we have it. I think we're doing good. So we can now run. Don't need this anymore. I know, exciting. We're almost to the point where we can push this up and then see whether or not this works. Which it should work, right? Because it's working. Everything shall be get. Yeah. All we have to do is get good first, and then we get. Okay, so we have our file names. What I want to do is I want to loop through the file name and then just print out what the file name is. So that's going to be a simple thing. We're just going to go file names. We can get an iter. We can for each through it. We'll get the name, file name, and that will be a return at the end of it, and that's it. Okay, and let's run this. Okay, that's good. I still have header and mode being printed out, so I need to get rid of those. Okay, that's good. I still... Are those prints? That's interesting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things in here. How many things are in the file names? Okay, 9 things. That's fine. I'm really curious why there's this big gap and space there. I don't know what that is. In the meantime, let's get rid of all of these warnings. Okay, no more warnings, no errors. We run you. And okay, so let's get rid of that last debug. Okay, this is still odd. The length is 9, and that's how many things this is. I don't think I have any print lines. Let's see. We have the print line for get, unknown command. These are in hash objects. In ls tree, we have that print. Oh, it's from here. Oh, I totally forgot. We have a bunch of prints in here. That's what's causing it. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, let's check this. Yeah, print debugging at its finest. This is the reason why I highly recommend that when you're debugging, we put in labels for all the logs, because then you can go find them easier. Okay, working. This is working. I can be confident in saying working. And let's push up and see, and we'll verify that it's actually working. All right, so this is the coolest part about CodeCrafter. So if you like the challenge, that's one thing. Getting the feedback like this is a really cool part about it. It does take a little bit of time the first time to build the, I don't know if it's like a Docker container that they're running it in, but it would make sense that it would be. Could also be a Kubernetes, not a cluster, but like a container. Back to all tests ran successfully. Yes. When you do game dev, you actually have the system where the points to the game window, but only with the debug feature enabled. Yeah, I was actually thinking about this. Like, should I put that in for debug feature? But I don't actually know if they run it in debug mode or in release mode. And if they're running it in debug mode, all of those would show out and it would probably not be happy. But okay, this is really cool. So if we go back to the website, read tree object is done, completed, and write a tree object is next.